Okay, we're here with Chris Phillips from 1% Lists. Chris's brokerage works with sellers and charges them a lot less money than most people do. And so there's a lot of importance to that for people who are selling their home and want to get the best deal possible. So we're talking through several different topics kind of related to this. And in this video, we're talking about what you actually get with the 1% model. We're going to kind of break this down line by line and just kind of look at what this really means for someone who is interested in learning more.
Sure.
So let's start with the marketing piece of this. So for someone who's selling their home, I think previously we said something about sometimes people will think, oh, well, they're not going to try as hard. They're not going to do as much to get the word out about this house because they're not making as much money off of it as somebody else would. So talk to me a little bit about that. What kind of marketing do you include and how does it compare to a different brokerage?
Okay. So we literally only get paid if the house sells.
Yeah. Okay.
I list the house for 6 months and it never sells, then I've just done whatever I did for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are no hidden fees. There's no upfront, no advertising fees. We absorb all that. Okay. Most listing brokerages and agents will list the house in the multi-list wherever it's located.
Yeah.
That's really the magic pill. Okay. A lot of home buyers find the home on Zillow or homes.com, realtor.com, sites like that, who have monetized. All they're doing is piggy banking off of what the MLS is. They're pulling that data and publishing it. Okay. But the MLS is the magic pill. Everybody does that. That's a real estate agent. Okay.
Yeah.
Social media advertising. Custom landing page that we create that is, if your house is 123 Main Street, it's 123mainstreet.com.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That landing page will have photos, professionally shot, not cell phone photo of the corner of the bedroom. Okay.
Right.
Wide angle edited photos. Okay. A free virtual tour, which allows you to explore the ceilings and the floors and the corners. Camera that we own will see the cat hair in the corner.
Wow.
Okay. So, and you can see the house.
Yeah.
It also creates a scaled floor plan. Okay. And then we have Microsoft Clarity on that site where we can sort of stalk who's looking and see the people who are looking. So there's some technology in the deal.
Yeah.
And frankly, that's what allows us to discount.
Okay.
In 1970, a 6% fee on a $27,000 house was a little different than in 2026 with a 6% fee on a $340,000 house. Okay. Incidentally, that math has been run by our CEO, and real estate agents have experienced about a 360% increase in earnings since then.
Wow.
Okay. And the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
But we do a full suite of marketing. We do the Facebook and the Instagram things that everybody else does. There's really nothing that's missing. And then at the very end, if you're making a local move, we'll set you up with a 14-foot box truck to move in for free.
And that's huge.
Yes.
Just not having to worry about it, and B, not having to pay for it.
Right.
Great. So what kind of extras? You mentioned the moving truck, a couple of other things. What are some of the extras that you're including for free that other people are charging for? Mainly
the branded virtual tour.
Okay. How much is that usually?
That's usually $300 to $400 if a company can offer it.
Okay.
Sometimes some companies don't offer it at all.
Yeah.
They just don't have the technology to do it. We partner with Giraffe 360 and the LiDAR on this camera, like I said, will show you the cat hair in the corner. It's really, really neat.
Okay.
It also creates a sort of a drone fly-through video that we can use and post in different outlets such as Facebook and Instagram and different places like that. That's mainly what you get extra. Some agents are better at social than others. We're really good at social. Our technology excels. And then the moving truck, and that's been huge for local movers.
That's great. Talk to me a little bit more. You mentioned a custom landing page with the address as the URL, and then the 360 tour, which you talked about. How does that compare to standard listings? Because I haven't bought a house in a few years, but I don't remember seeing a lot of that out there. What kind of impact does that have?
So it just shows the house in the best light possible.
Yeah.
listing photos run the gambit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you have cell phone pictures that are dark,
Mm-hmm.
of the right corner of the bedroom
Mm-hmm.
that really don't show you the room.
Yeah.
So from the photos that we take with the wide angle LiDAR lens,
Mm-hmm.
that are professionally edited,
Mm-hmm.
not only can you see, I always tell people you can't smell a picture.
Yeah.
You can almost smell these pictures, okay? Not quite, but almost.
Yeah.
And then also it creates the scaled floor plan, so you could actually know the
Yeah.
dimensions of the room
Yeah.
within like an eighth of an inch. It's really accurate. And then the virtual tour, if those two other things don't float your boat, you can spin around the virtual tour and see the ceiling fan, and it'll show you the dust on the fan if it's there. So it's the next best thing to being there.
Mm-hmm.
All my career, I never sold houses to people who didn't come physically see them.
Okay.
But in the last 5 years, it's almost everybody that buys a house that have never been to see it.
Really?
We deal with so many military folks that are PCSing across the country, and sometimes they just can't get loose to do it. So they're trusting us, A, to be able to tell what condition the house is in, and B, to be able to represent what it looks like.
Wow. That's amazing. How do other agents respond when they see your listings? What kind of feedback do you get from them?
It's mostly positive.
Yeah.
When I first opened another franchise in 2003, I actually got all 4 of my tires slashed within months of doing that. Yeah. But this go around, and I bought this franchise right after the NAR lawsuit adjudicated with the DOJ, and understood in my own thought process that, the public's going to start understanding more and more and more how this works and who's responsible for what. And it's going to be a good thing for everybody. Okay. The agents that I don't know, which are very few because I've been in this for so long, but the newbies, they call and they say, "Hey, guy, am I going to be able to get paid if I show your house?" And when I tell them, "Look, this seller is amenable to, you make a good offer on that house and write your fee in there, we'll get you paid." And that's really all they care about.
Yeah. Tell me more about the slashing of the tires. What happened there?
I don't know what happened. I didn't have cameras. I woke up one morning and I had a conversion van that was wrapped just like the moving truck back then. I've always had a moving truck.
Yeah.
And it had my big head on the side of it. And I woke up to go to work and it was sitting on the ground, the rims, all 4 tires.
At least they didn't slash through your face, I guess. I don't know.
I have had my teeth blacked out on signs and things like that. So it's a brutal world we live in.
I guess so. So as we're kind of wrapping up this particular episode, I'm curious. I know that you're relieving a lot of pain points for people that come and want to work with you. What would you say is like the top pain point? What are people most relieved about?
It's all about the money. Okay. When people understand and they wrap their head around what we're doing, what they're getting, it's really all about the money.
Yeah.
And that's different for different sellers. I mean, I had a guy recently who wanted to clear a certain amount of money. He wasn't in a bind, but he's like, I really want to make a certain amount of money when I sell my house.
Yeah, he had a goal. Yeah.
And we were able to clear him that money, whereas if he'd have paid 2 or 3% more on the commission, he'd have been, over $10,000 short.
Yeah, yeah.
In other cases, because I deal with so many military families, sometimes it's a matter of writing a check or not. One of the closing attorneys that I close with routinely has told me 3 or 4 different times as we're leaving the room, he's like, "Chris, they would have had to written a check if you hadn't have sold that house."
Wow.
And that is rewarding.
Yeah.
That's again, that juices me up to go do it again.
Yeah.
Okay. So it depends on the seller, but it's all about the money.
Yeah. Great. Well, that's a great stopping point for this one. Okay. This is Chris Phillips. He is with 1% Lists. Obviously, the whole model is 1% commission fee on the listing side. If you want to find out more about what he does, you can visit whatis1percentlists.com. That is a number 1 and plural lists. Whatis1percentlists.com. Thank you for being here, and we hope you continue watching the next episode.